Again, I'm using a famous artist book. He was known for his dots, and there's an example of a kid's pal. This is the example of what we did last time, and we're going to do something similar this time, but I thought we would have the students actually write it themselves. So I've got Q-tips. I've got, again, my basic primary colors is what we're sticking to. And we're going to have cardstock and a Sharpie. Each child will have a Sharpie. I'm going to encourage them to write it first in pencil. So I'm going to write the word wow. I just thought that would be a simple one. In big block letters. My wow is too big, so that's the reason to write in pencil, but I'm going to flip over. So I'm going to write my wow again. Let's see. Wow. And then I'm going to come back through and I'm going to outline it with some angled lines connected to each other. All right, and then we're going to use the Sharpie twice, actually. We're going to use it initially, but then we'll go back through, and if any paint got over our outline, we will, once it's dried, we'll go through and use the Sharpie again and outline it even better. Ooh, I messed up my W there. Good thing I was doing it in pencil. So this part of it shouldn't take them too much time because the dots are going to take a while. So don't let them dawdle. Younger students, we might have this printed out for, I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe have a mom freehand it. And I'm just going to erase those pencil lines. They don't have to do this. I just personally don't like the pencil lines. Connect that a little better. Okay, so step 2 is using Q-tips and using our primary colors. You get to decide what you want. I think I'm going to let my wow be one color. I'll let this outside be another color, and then I'll let the outside be a different color. And since I want wow to really stick out, I'm going to do it in red. And the idea is to kind of make the dots not all in the same exact row or line. And they're going to use a lot of Q-tips for this. So go ahead and prepare them. And they can probably get about 4 or 5, maybe 6 little dots before they have to reapply paint. So they will sit here and they will fill in their word and give them some options of words, but don't just let them write any old thing they want. Wow, pop, bam, boom, zam. Trying to think of some other words that were in their comics. Those would all be good ones to do to stick to the spirit of Roy Lichtenstein. So, okay. But you get the idea. They don't need to be overlapping. They don't really need to touch. I had one touching just a second ago. And once they feel like they've exhausted that Q-tip, it's going to be hard for them to turn over and use the other side because that paint's going to be wet and we don't want to make it a mess. So it's going to go through a lot of Q-tips, but that's okay. I've actually managed to keep this same one for the whole wow. So maybe if I buy a good quality brand Q-tip, we won't waste so many. All right, so I'm almost done with my wow. The other thing to caution, especially the younger kids against, is once they move into doing the other part, this wow is not going to be quite dried yet. So they don't want to put their hand in the wet paint, or maybe just prepare and have some wipes and let them know. Okay, so my wow is done. I'm going to do, I think, yellow for the outside part. I'm trying not to get it on my... Okay, and for time's sake, because I don't want this video to last an eternity, I am actually going to finish this little section. And kind of come over here, and then I'm going to move it to blue just so I can give you... Now, if they wanted to, they could do multiple colors, but to stick again with the spirit, primary colors would be best to use, and try to stick to one color per section. Okay, so that's it for my outer portion, and now I'm going to switch to the blue. I'm just going to go ahead and turn my paper to try not to get it on my sleeve. And I'm just going to go through and do some blues. Notice my dots are staggering. All right, so obviously I would continue out with it. And they're gonna have this on cardstock, but there's my wow. They'll have a Sharpie they can come back through if they need to once it's dried and redo it. So this is Roy Lichtenstein's pop art.